Hey, I'm Rocky Kanaka, and today I am going to tell you some 100% true, unbelievable animal tales. The headlines everywhere read, "Yorkie saves girl from armed robbers." Anyone who would see that headline would take a double take. But it's true. It happened in South Fullerton, Georgia. So Hope, a young girl, she's home alone right now. She actually lives with her aunt. Her aunt is at work. She's just old enough to be at home by herself. And you know what? She's not lonely because she has her best friend with her, a little Yorkshire Terrier named Starla. Just imagine they're playing together. And the good thing about Yorkshire Terriers is they're companion animals. They really befriend the person that loves them. I know when you picture in your head a Yorkshire Terrier, you think silky hair, bow ties, cute puppies, but these dogs are tougher than people give them credit for. What's really unbelievable is these dogs were bred originally by working class people. In fact, when people from Scotland came over and were working in Yorkshire, England, thus the name Yorkshire Terrier, they brought these dogs with them and were breeding them, and they were working in cotton mills largely, or they were miners, and these dogs would go in backpacks with them and go to work. Okay, here's what actually happened on the day that all of this went down. Hope's playing, she hears the doorbell, it's a ring cam. She hears that noise. If you have an electric doorbell, you know that ring. Immediately Hope looks at her phone to check the ring cam and see who's at the door. Does she need to go get a delivery? Is it just a package being dropped off there? Is it a neighbor? No. She looks into the ring cam, two robbers trying to break down the door. Right away that adrenaline starts rushing. She's just a little girl. There's no one home to help her. And it's happening so quickly that most likely the only thing she can do in that moment is freeze. Boom, they go to kick the door. Boom, again, kicking the door. Boom, I mean, this door is not gonna last much longer. By the time the door is kicked in, Starla is already right there. She is barking as loud as she can. She is jumping back and forth. She knows that she has to do everything she can with all the power she has to try to deter these robbers. The loud barking, the jumping back and forth, nothing is working. These guys are just standing there. They continue to move forward. So what she do? She immediately goes into bite. She realizes there is danger and she's gonna use her teeth to try to make these guys run away. I don't know what these robbers were thinking. I think they saw the adult leave and they didn't think anyone else was home. And when they meet this little Yorkie right here, they're thinking, what is this? Like, how annoying, get out of the way. But when the Yorkie starts biting them, that hurts. It's not gonna take off your leg, but it's enough to make you think twice. Most people at this point would just leave. But obviously these guys are the trash of the earth and they kept going. So Starla runs back in front of him again, goes in for another bite, and then the robbers did something that is just unfathomable. They shot her. First in the hind leg. She yelped, she barked some more, they shot her again. In the front leg. 2 bullets would surely slow down any dog, let alone an 8-pound Yorkie. Things are turning for the worse quickly for these robbers because now the little girl is gone. They can't find her. And if she calls the cops or escapes and can go get help, they're done for. They panic. They start scurrying around the house. And that's when they hear the garage door opening. They race towards the garage door only to find Hope about to escape. One of the robbers raises his gun at Hope. Out of nowhere, Starla starts chasing after him, ready to save the day. The robber doesn't know what to do. He's confused. He puts his gun down. Here's his pesky dog. He doesn't want to get bit. At this point, there's so much commotion. The neighbors are coming out. The police are getting called. And the robbers at that point knew all had gone bust and they needed to leave pronto. The robbers left and help came very quickly. But Starla was not okay. And they rushed her to the vet. We're going to come back to what happened to Starla. Let me start telling you a little bit about the next story, because it's also about a dog who got shot twice. But this one's a lot different because this was a German Shepherd. This story is all about a teen boy named Javier and his best friend, a German Shepherd named Rex. Javier and Rex were best friends, but Rex was a family pet. He was not a trained guard dog. He did not go through exercises as a police dog. He was there to love the family and in general to protect the family. But what is coming next is not something most dogs would be prepared for and what no families are prepared for. But I can tell you right away that the bond that these two had saved Javier's life. To me, there's something about love from dogs that just transcends any other kind of love, that unconditional love that they provide. And with big dogs, it's really unique because they're just big, you know, and so every ounce of their body just has more love to give. I grew up with German Shepherds, and let me tell you, German Shepherds are often not what people think. A lot of times people get a German Shepherd because they think that is a very pretty dog. But German Shepherds aren't always affectionate the way you think dogs might be affectionate. A Labrador Retriever or Golden Retriever, they think they're a lap dog. They want to get in your lap, they want to love on you, they want to cuddle with you. A German Shepherd, that's not always the case. A lot of times they show you love through protection. Every dog is different and not every German Shepherd is the same, but growing up with German Shepherds, there are a few things I learned about them. One, they are extremely focused and determined. Whether it's the wrong things and they're focused and determined on chasing the squirrels or the rabbits, or often the right things and they're focused and determined on you. They're watching what you're doing. And they really show you love through following your commands. They're working dogs. So being able to teach them commands, whether it's basic sit, stay, lay down, all the way to scent training and things like that. German Shepherds are just so good at those details. But I want to tell you this, not every German Shepherd is a guard dog. In fact, there's a lot of fear in German Shepherds. If you go a little bit deeper into that, dogs have the fight or flight mentality. So if something dangerous happens, a lot of German Shepherds, they'll just run away. This story takes place in Des Moines, Iowa. It's a cold winter day. Javier didn't have to go to school like he normally does because classes right now were online. So he was at home taking online classes. This is important because he would normally be at school. Now Rex, he's a big dog. The ideal German Shepherd, just what you'd think of. Golden brown, black, pretty black nose, just a big, cuddly, lovable teddy bear, but also not a dog you'd want to cross if they were protecting their homestead. Javier hears a knock at the door. He ignores it. Figures it's UPS or something. He's usually not home, so why would someone be there for him right now? But Rex is suspicious. Now this is important because a lot of times your dogs will bark at the UPS guy or the mailman, but that bark is often different from a there's something wrong bark. And what Javier wasn't thinking at the time when Rex knew something was wrong right off the bat was that Rex understood he didn't hear a truck pull up. All of the things that the human ear might not pick up on a cold, windy day, but a dog can still hear that crystal clear. Now Javier at this point notices Rex's behavior isn't normal. It's just enough for Javier to give a quick glance and see that there are two guys passing by his window. His suspicions are immediately confirmed by glass shattering. And he knows right away that this is the back sliding door because it's a giant glass door and he hears the glass going everywhere. Now here's what Rex is thinking at this point. He already knows something's wrong, and this sound is just confirmation of that. Fear and adrenaline immediately rise up in Rex, and he has two options: run and hide, or take action. But here's the thing, if you know a German Shepherd, and you know the love of your dog, Rex is immediately thinking not of himself being scared, but that Javier is in danger. And so then it's not a decision. Rex jumps into action and he is downstairs faster than that last piece of glass probably hit the floor. And I know this because Javier heard one of the guys screaming, "Get the dog, get the dog." If you see a giant German Shepherd named Rex running towards you, you have two options, and that is to run as fast as you can or take action. And the guy yelling was not taking action, he was yelling at his friend to take action because he was probably scared and wetting his pants. Javier knew Rex was there to help him. He had nothing to protect himself, so he immediately hid in the closet. Good move. And I know what Rex is thinking. He's thinking, I got something you don't. That's his set of teeth and over 200 PSI of pressure that's gonna come down on you when I lay these into your thigh. And sure enough, he did just that. And Javier heard from the closet, "He bit me, he bit me, ah!" But then something unimaginable happened and something you'd never want to hear in your life. He heard rustling and the guys fighting with Rex, but then it turned really bad really fast. He heard one shot, bang, another shot, bang. And even worse, he heard them punching and kicking Rex and Rex's small little yelps. A giant big dog now resorting into pain and fear and getting kicked and hit. And he doesn't know why other than he was just trying to protect his family. And then silence. Javier stayed in the closet to stay safe the whole time wondering if Rex was okay. All the authorities came, they got Javier. He immediately went downstairs and Rex was gone. He didn't know what to do. The good news is it turns out a technician got animal control there and they got Rex to the hospital immediately because they didn't know if he was gonna make it. They had to repair his tibia He had countless stitches. They had to do multiple surgeries just to try to stop the internal bleeding. And in the end, I'm happy to say, Rex made it. He pulled through. He's a fighter. Just like he was when he was protecting Javier, he fought through all of those procedures. Now, he didn't go unscathed, and this is the part that I say is heartbreaking. Rex is still, to this day, traumatized by loud noises. You can't explain to a dog that that was a rare thing, and that's not gonna happen every time there's a loud noise. He's always on guard. And that might just be something he always lives with. The family works with him and they comfort him as much as they can to let him know that he's loved. But just like people, emotional scars and fear can really drive how we move forward. The good news is, hopefully over time, his family will continue to work with him and he will continue to get better. Here's what happened to Starla. She was rushed to the vet. She had to get all kinds of repairs. I mean, she was shot by 2 bullets. It was not looking good. And you know what? She made a full recovery. She's 100% okay. Not one thing was stolen. The little girl is fine. And she knows now that Starla is her best friend. And you know what? There's a big lesson in this. Bravery is what counts. It doesn't matter how big you are. It matters how brave you are. And I'm sure you agree with me, Starla is a hero dog. If you love this story and all the other ones, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and if you like these animal tales, let me know. I would love to make more of these, and I'll do it. So put it down in the comments below, and if you have any amazing animal stories, you gotta tell me about them. Share this with a friend to make their day.